Yeah, we just all make up whatever fits and go, oh, yeah, that sounds good, which is why everything changes every 20 to 30 years or even more, you know. Just wait till your grandchildren are tearing Adele apart.
That was me that mentioned there are hurricanes and typhoons that sometimes go in the wrong direction. They're not that uncommon. I'm sure you can just kind of search for it, and you'll find some storms that are spinning in the wrong direction. We had one here in Connecticut on the East Coast a couple of years ago, but it was just spinning in the wrong direction. So I don't know if that's possible on a globe. It makes perfect sense the way we understand how a flat Earth works. But when it's time, I want to talk about concave Earth for a second and some of the incredible proofs that they have.
Oh, you did your research, Dave?
I think I'm a concaver now, guys.
Concave, Dave. I guess.
I'm not a concaver. I'm just kidding. But you know, the proofs that they have are, you know, the hanging of the mines, which are, it's, you know, they say it's well documented. Well, the moon landing was well documented, and there's so many things wrong with that. And then the other thing is the rectilinear experiment that was done, was that 150 years ago, whenever it was. Well, that lines up with Eratosthenes and his fun experiment. It's the same unconfirmed ancient experiment. But one of their latest best proofs is the Concorde and the planes are nose up, right? And the SR-72, the faster one that goes 4,000 miles per hour, that it is nose up. And it is nose up. That's because its wings are small. It needs to be nose up to have the right amount of lift to go straight level. If it was nose up, to make it curve upwards, to follow a concave Earth, the pilots, everyone on the plane, would feel G-forces pushing them into their seat. And the calculation for the G-force at that speed is like over 100 Gs, which would kill someone, would liquefy somebody. So having the nose up cannot be following a concave Earth, because the G-forces of a parabolic arc, up or down, left or right, is independent of any gravitational downward force. In space, if you do a hyperbolic arc, left or right, you're going to be pushed to that side of the airplane. And you know, like when we do a zero G flight does its parabolic arc, you are free falling and you feel negative G's. And if it does the reverse parabolic arc, or when it goes back up, you're pressed back into the floor, into your seat. So if an SR-72 was nose up to follow the concave Earth, everybody on board would be dead.
You know, that's a good damn point. The SR-71 flew so damn fast, so fast, that when it flew over Russia, it was known as a red streak. It would glow red at the edges. That's how fast it moved. It had to fly perfectly straight when it hit its top speeds, which is why they would get to altitude before they ever even got over Russia when they made their flights over. Then they would get to their altitude at about 70,000 feet, and then they would punch it straight and level the entire way. That way, they were not incurring any additional G-forces.
The SR-71 would have to arc up at 80 stories a second, 800 feet per second, to maintain level on a concave Earth, or arc down on a globe Earth at 80 stories a second. The SR-72, it's a mile per second.
I think we lost you, Dave. I think we lost you to the concave. Is he glitching for y'all too, or just me?
Yeah, the concave got him. So I have one question here, and that is before I
hear me?
drop down.
I can't hear anybody.
Okay, we can hear you. You're back. You got lost to the concave, man. Can you hear us?